Hey, Mike, just wanted to, I guess, check in, see how you're feeling, and if you think, you know, you're ready for some game action, and if this is a setback in any way.
I wouldn't say necessarily it's a setback. I think we wanted to get, you know, 2.5 games in. I think looking at their schedule, just wasn't feeling right the last couple of days, so non-COVID related. So decided to take an extra day and work on some things and then get ready to play for tomorrow.
Mike, how many games does a goaltender need an exhibition season?
Enough to feel good for the first game.
So in the past, you would have played just a couple of games and be ready?
Yeah, I mean, how many did we play last year? 0. So I think, you know, being around as long as I have, I think I know what to expect coming into the first game. You want to be prepared, and it's a process, you know, going through camp. And obviously last year we didn't, you know, have any exhibition games, and we jumped right into a season and, you know, played pretty well. So I think it's more mental than anything. You want to be obviously feeling physically good, but the game hasn't changed that much in a few months, so I'm not too worried about it.
Mike, why do you wear 41?
It's a good question. I have no idea. I think I kept getting my number stolen as a youngster, so I tried to pick one that no one had, and it's kind of stuck.
But there's no favorite player that you wore 41. It's tough for goalies. I haven't seen any other goalie wearing 41.
Yeah, I don't think there's too many good players that have worn the number, so.
You're the best. Yeah.
Mike, when you look at your team, and you know, you mentioned it's only a few months, but there's been some changes, you know, significant kind of changes really on your back end. You've had a chance to see him in practice. I don't know if you watched the last game or not, but what do you feel about this group? How much? I don't know if you're not saying you weren't confident last year, but where's the difference you see in this group that you believe you'll take a step forward?
Well, we've added some veteran players, and I think you know, you look at the teams that have won, you know, in the past. There's, you know, that they're veteran teams that, you know how to play in high leverage situations, and obviously bringing in like Dunks and Cease. I think both guys are, you know, well-established guys in this league that know how to win. So I think it's nice to see that Kenny's went out and put some pieces in play that shows the rest of this group that we're really serious about winning, and we're excited about having guys like that in our locker room.
Kind of an odd one maybe for you as a goalie, because you go against them in practice, but guys like Hyman and Fogle and Puljujarvi, who are, you know, like to be around the goalie a lot. How much of a pain is that when you, from a goalie perspective, how much could that add to your offense if a lot of guys who just seem to want to hover around the blue paint more than maybe?
Yeah, I think our identity definitely changed up front this year. You know, with those acquisitions that we've gotten with Fogs and Hyman. Obviously, Jesse is success he had last year, but they're big, strong boys that can go to the net and, you know, pick up the garbage. Where, you know, we're driven last year a lot on Leon and Connor. Obviously, you add pieces like that, it kind of changes the dynamic of our forward group and gives us a lot more depth and, you know, some work ethic that maybe we lacked in the past. But, you know, those guys are big, powerful guys that should get rewarded for going to the paint this year.
Mike, with the addition of Duncan Keith and Cody Ceci, two veteran guys who undoubtedly have been in the league a long time and know your game, will that ease any sort of transition in terms of you reading on them reading on you, in terms of just being on the same page all the time?
I think it's like any new player. It's communication, and it's like you said, these guys have been around quite a while. So I think it's just about talking to each other and getting on the same page and making sure, you know, everyone knows what's going on out there. And then these guys are, I mean, they're good enough hockey players and been around long enough that they can kind of make adjustments on the fly too. So I'm excited about the opportunity to be on the ice with these, you know, these two gentlemen, and they're going to bring a lot of, obviously, veteran leadership to our locker room, but stability back on the back end also. So excited about that.